From the other side of the Footlights, here is WHRO FM critic M.D. Ridge.
Celebrating her 25th year with the orchestra, Virginia Symphony conductor Joanne Falletta has a lot of friends. A lot. On May 18th at Norfolk Academy's attractive Intimate Theater, she and her friends got a chance to show off her guitar chops, too. She's usually busy with her baton. Full disclosure here, from the time I was a small child, the sound of a guitar could stop me in my tracks. Still does. Falletta was joined for 3 trios in the first half of the program by the symphony's principal flutist Deborah Wendell-Cross and noted clarinetist Robert Alemany, Falletta's husband. They began with Eclogues by Mario Castelnuovo Tedesco, considered one of the foremost composers for guitar, who was inspired by Andres Segovia. Castelnuovo Tedesco, who was Jewish, fled the racial laws of fascist Italy, was sponsored as an immigrant by Arturo Toscanini, and became a film composer in Hollywood for MGM and other studios. His Eclogues is a bucolic pastoral chamber work originally for flute, English horn, and guitar. The Andantino had soft flute and clarinet against the rich sounds of the guitar. The Allegro Tempo di Saltarello was jaunty, a sprightly dance echoing back and forth among the trio. Lento Elegiaco was a pensive, complex, haunting movement. The final Allegretto Vivace had flute and clarinet shimmering up and down the scales while the guitar spoke very clearly, ending in a cheerful lick. Notturno, Opus 21 by 19th century Czech composer and guitarist Venceslas Matika, was originally written for flute, viola, and guitar. The Allegro movement began with flute and guitar in duet before the clarinet joined in the fast and challenging music. The dance structure of the Menuetto movement featured interplay of the 3 instruments. The guitar was central with flute and clarinet softly answering. Falletta was well up to the guitar techniques. Her guitar was handmade by Australian luthier Paul Sheridan. The triple rhythm pathos of the next movement was followed by the gypsy, not flamenco, rhythms of Zingara. The work ended with an entrancing theme and variations. Argentina's Astor Piazzolla is perhaps most familiar for his brilliant Nuevo Tango works. In 1984, he wrote Oblivion as the soundtrack for the Italian film Henry IV. It has been rearranged for a wide variety of musical groupings, including this evening's trio. Very different from the composer's tango works, it had pensive passion with long, lovely melodic lines intertwining. It was gorgeous, and too brief. After the interval, members of the Tidewater Guitar Quartet, John Boyles, Todd Holcomb, Cliff Morris, and Sam Dorsey, took the stage playing the tricky rhythms of Manuel de Falla's familiar Spanish dance number 1, La Vida Breve, using their hands, even fingernails, for percussive effects. Sam Dorsey turned and deadpanned, "Wasn't the opening act good?" The audience cracked up. The Tidewater Guitar Orchestra are big fans of guitarist-composer Andrew York and have commissioned at least 2 works from him. York's Passage, which was on the Los Angeles Guitar Quartet's first recording, has wonderful rhythmic complexities and intricate perpetual motion, skipping along to precise harmonics. Tasty. 9 more TCGO guitarists joined the quartet on stage. They performed in a U-shape with the higher requintos along the right, the guitars along the back, and the deeper-voiced bajas on the left. Telemann's Allegro was light, graceful, and cheerful. Piazzolla's Verano Porteño was one of his dazzling 4 seasons of South America. Charles Gounod's eerie, macabre funeral march of a marionette was instantly familiar as the theme song of the television series Alfred Hitchcock Presents. The final work was a marvelous arrangement of 2 sections of Leonard Bernstein's seminal West Side Story, the prologue and the snappy hemiolet syncopations of America, for which Joanne Falletta joined them happily. Their encore was A España from Venezuela. Who knew 2 hours could go by so quickly? From the other side of the Footlights, I'm M.D. Ridge.